What's up, guys? This is Infernal Shard 1 for the win. So, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about, why did I, switch to PlayStation 4 about a couple years ago and all that stuff, and, yeah. So, I honestly was on Xbox at the time from 2012, that Christmas season, all the way till about September 30th of 2016. And I have still quite a few friends that still play Xbox and that only have an Xbox One. And they asked me when I did switch to PlayStation that why did I and stuff like that. Well, it was given the fact that I had a friend that was trying to sell his system for about $200, and at the time PlayStation 4s were still like around $300 to $400 for just a brand new system. And I was like, that's probably the best deal I'm going to get as a start for my very first ever PlayStation 4 system. So I honestly, was thinking about buying an Xbox One S at the time because the Xbox One S just launched on August 2nd of 2016, and it was like a slightly bit of a upgrade from over the base Xbox One. And then I at the time I was actually seeing, PlayStation. I was just hearing about how it was doing so much better, and it's way double the amount of sales than what the Xbox One had. But not to be hating on Xbox, because personally I am still going to like Xbox no matter what anybody says, and I'm still going to continue getting the Xbox consoles and the exclusives and stuff like that. Like, I even bought the Xbox One X even though I had the PlayStation 4 Pro that I really wanted, but I still bought the Xbox One X. And it was mainly because the Xbox the Xbox is where I started online gaming, and it's where my gaming become even stronger. And then it was that time that I switched, and I was like, this is so much better. Now, there is a couple reasons on why that I did switch to PlayStation 4, and a couple people were asking me why did I switch to PlayStation 4 after I was on an Xbox since late 2012. And I was like, there are some things that the PlayStation has that Xbox doesn't have. So my friend was selling me his PlayStation 4, like I was saying, for $200, and they were still $300 for a brand new, console and stuff like that. So at the time, like I was saying, I was going to buy an Xbox One S, but they told me that, that they were keeping the system for me and not selling it after a couple people were, up for it, but they decided to keep it for me. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, that is mean. And so I was like, I'm going to keep my, what I've said strong to them. I was like, I'll buy the system once I get paid. And then as I bought the system, as I got paid and stuff like that, there were two games that I got with the system that my friend had, and they were Call of Duty Ghost, and then it was also Grand Theft Auto 5. And so I bought the system, and I got home, and I started to try it out, and I bought PlayStation Plus 3 month and all that stuff. And as soon as I got in GTA 5, the next day after I had it installed and, updated and stuff like that, and I started playing with a couple of my friends that were PlayStation owners, I was like, my gosh, there's nothing that looks better than games on PlayStation 4. So I was an Xbox person, like I was saying, in late 2012, and I switched to PlayStation 4 on September 30th of 2016. That's the day that I bought the PS4 from my friend. And as I, months come on, and after I owned the system, I was like, sitting there thinking like, my gosh, there's even features on here that I like the or not PlayStation, that Xbox didn't really have. And I was like, like for this, for example, that I'm doing is broadcasting. Xbox has that, but it's with the app called Mixer. But on PlayStation 4, you can broadcast on directly YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, like all of those, and even, it's even on the PlayStation blog post, like from other online players. So people on there can also check your videos out and stuff like that. But like on Xbox, if you're broadcasting, it's literally only on the app Mixer. So the reason of why I switched to PlayStation 4 from Xbox One is the fact that it's got all the recording software that I've been wanting to do to make a YouTube channel, and I have so many videos over the years that I have done of owning a PlayStation 4 for the last 2 years, and it just, I just can't be any happier with a PlayStation 4. And then not only that, it actually does all of your games at rendered at 100% native 1080p if you own the base model PlayStation 4. So your games will run and look a slightly bit better than what they were on the on the Xbox One. I don't know why I keep saying PlayStation. I think it's because I'm like talking about PlayStation and how I switched, but games essentially run a slightly bit better, and they looked a slightly bit better on PlayStation 4 than what they did on Xbox One. Not saying, like I was saying, that the Xbox One is garbage, because like I said, Xbox is where my gaming actually got strong, and I'm going to continue, like I was saying, going to get like exclusives. I'm going to still get all the newer Xbox hardware systems. And to be frankly with you, I had a lot of people ask me like, why am I not going to get on PC so I can get all, get all the better performance and the better in graphics of overall. Well, technically, this is the thing with PC, all right? You have to physically like have such a good PC in order to get certain games to work. You have to download like softwares, or emulation, or some kind of stuff like that in order to get certain games to run on your PC, and you have to have a very, very powerful PC. So this is how I look at it. So instead of like, paying like 1,000 to close to 1,000 or $2,000 for a built PC of your own that you can get all your games to work, why not go and just buy a system, that's like cheaper than that, even though they may not be as good as you're playing on the PC, like with 60 frames per second and games that look more realistic than they do on console. But instead of doing that, why not just go and buy a system that's like cheaper, but games still look very, very realistic on system, and then they still play at a decent 30 frames per second? Because if you look at it, 60 frames really doesn't mean that it doesn't make all that game better. Just like with graphics. Graphics don't really always make the game better. But in my personally eyes, the graphics still on like console, it still looks very, very good and very realistic, because they're trying to keep it as close to PC as they possibly can. And if you think about it, the consoles were physically made as PC hardware systems, just, with PC built in as one box, and that's what you got right there. So, but like I was saying, the reason I switched to PlayStation 4 is because, one, it's got the features that Xbox doesn't have, like I like. And then also another thing, if you're also watching my broadcast screen where you see me in the background on the top corner, another thing is that it's also because of this beauty right here. This is the PlayStation 4 controller, and honestly, what I have to say about it is that I think this controller is the most comfortable controller ever, and in gaming history. It's just as good as the Xbox 360 controller. So the 360 and the PlayStation 4 controllers, in my honestly opinion, are like the best gaming controllers you could possibly ever have. So that's the reason why that another reason why I switched over to the PlayStation 4 is because this controller is like literally so comfortable. It's just it's so much like comfortable that you can just sit back and it's just so you can relax and all that and enjoy games much better because the controller feels much better than the Xbox One. Not saying that the Xbox One controllers are like, not all that well, but if you kind of think about it compared to these, they're probably like a little bit more bulky-ish than what they are on these. These ones are just got like smooth edges and the analog sticks are right there with your thumb so you can actually like it's just more comfortable and overall. So, but then also another thing is that games actually, like I said, look slightly and run a slightly bit better than what they do on Xbox One. And then one other thing about why I switched to PlayStation is that games actually will install a lot more faster. So if you put a game in the Xbox One, it would take you like up like depending on how big it is, it would take up to like a certain amount like of an hour or so. Like if you're installing like a game that's 20 gigs, it would probably only take like if anything I wanted to say probably like 20 to 25 minutes. And then if it's like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Call of Duty Black Ops 4 that's like 50 to 100 gigabytes, yeah, you're probably looking at like close to like an hour to install them on the Xbox One. But on the PlayStation 4, it's all it's doing is that it's copying the data directly from the disk onto the hard drive in like 2 seconds, and then it's on there, and basically all you have to do is technically update the game, and then once it's updated, it's ready to go. Now, some games on the PlayStation 4, once you have them installed, such as the Call of Duty series like Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and I even think World War II, but I'm not sure. You After you install them and you update them, it will physically ask for you to like install the games. Like as soon as you go into the game, it'll say like it's install in progress. In order to get it done, it'll say like on Black Ops 3, like I was reinstalling Black Ops 3 the other day on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and it was saying that up on the top hand corner it was like multiplayer is actually installing, and then once it was finished it would say that you know campaigns installing or zombies is installing, and then as soon as they're all three done, I mean, it still is much faster than you installing the game from like the Xbox One that's going to take like an hour because it literally only took like 20 minutes to do. So games do honestly install a lot faster on PS4 than they do on Xbox One, and games look a slightly bit sharper. Every game on the PS4 plays at 100% native 1080p, and the PS4 has better software or has better like features and stuff than what Xbox has. Like Xbox kind of does have the features of being able to record and post your YouTube video or post videos on YouTube, but it's just not as quite as good as the PlayStation 4. Like for instance, like Xbox has you able to record up to 10 minutes of the limit if you wanted to make a game clip. At the time, it used to only be 5 minutes, but now they enhanced it to 10 minutes at the minimum. So, but the bad thing is that you cannot talk to your headset if you have it plugged into your controller. The way that you can record your voice is you have to go to the app Upload Studio, and you would have to physically start it, and it would say like, do you want to record your voice in this video that you just did? So pretty much what they're trying to do is that you're basically recording the video like twice, and then you got to upload it. So basically you're like uploading and recording the video 3 times in a row. You're recording it just to the game it play itself, and then 2, you're recording it to record your voice, and then 3, you're uploading it to YouTube. So that's like 3 times in a row. But instead of doing that, why not just be on PlayStation 4 where you can double tap the share button and it starts recording, and if you have your mic plugged in, you can honestly record your voice as well as the game itself, and then once it's finished, it'll upload to YouTube like in a matter of like not even that long. It will only take like a few minutes at the most. So yeah, that's all the reasons why I switched to PlayStation 4 is because the features that it has and the much power that it has over the base Xbox One. The controllers, of course, are the most comfortable, and like overall, I never had as much as problems as I did with Xbox, with Xbox Live going out or having outages and shit like that. I've never had that much power or problems with the PlayStation 4. So yeah, that's the whole reasons why I switched to PlayStation 4 about 2 years ago. So if you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about why I switched to PS4, give it a thumbs up. And if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. And I will keep you guys posted with some more gaming news and gaming content in the future. And then also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I will catch you guys in the next video. So I will see you all later. Peace out.